Next up, at UFC Vegas 110, we have the co-main event of the evening. We have Waldo Cortes-Acosta taking on Ante Delija. Waldo Cortes-Acosta, 14-2 in his career, 4-1 in his last 5. He is coming off that loss to Sergey Pavlovich, taking on Ante Delija, 26-6 in his career, 4-1 in his last 5. He's coming off that KO win in his UFC debut. Waldo Cortes-Acosta, he's an athletic striker. We have seen him grapple as well. He took down that giant Taekwondo guy over and over again. He's not the most powerful fighter in the world, but he's got good footwork. He is very athletic. He's pretty fast for this division. He's also pretty physically tough. We've seen his legs get absolutely beaten to shit, and he continues to do what he does. Didn't slow down, didn't back up. He is coming off the decision loss to Sergey Pavlovich. He's taking on Ante Delija. Ante Delija is one of the rare in 2025 fighters that came from a PFL, from a Bellator, into the UFC and had some success. He's a big dude at 6'5". He can wrestle. He can strike. He can do all of it. He's Tom Aspinall's training partner. He is 35 years old, so a little bit older on the spectrum there, and he did just knock out Marcin Tybura in his UFC debut. I'm a big Waldo fan. I've picked Waldo in the past. I've bet on Waldo in the past. I thought Waldo was going to beat Sergey Pavlovich.
We are.
And we're in a movie with Waldo Cortes-Acosta. Yeah, we are
actors. We are co-parents.
Stars.
Oh, co-stars. That is right.
Yeah, stars. Yeah, we're co-stars with Waldo in a movie called The Burden of 9 Lives. And
which, by the way, I thought you did great in.
Thank you so much. You did a great job as well. We did that in one take too.
Who do you think did better, me or you?
You brought the lightheartedness to it, and I broke down the fight in a very serious manner.
I think there was more me than you in there.
I'll have to rewatch it. What the crazy part about that is,
so.
The scene they put us in did just like keep going. Like we were in that
like
for a while.
Playing chess or something. We're just fucking yapping about in the background about
a fight. It was John Jones versus
Francis 3.
Yeah, Francis Ngannou. Yeah. I've been pretty high on Waldo in the past. He's athletic. He's fast. He's like at heavyweight in this day and age when the heavyweight division is almost the weakest it's ever been. Maybe it is the weakest it's ever been. To be a big, fast, athletic guy is good enough to win a lot of fights. I do not think he wins this fight, though. I think that Ante Delija is an actual old school fight. He's going to come forward. He will strike with you. He will get in your face. He will shoot takedowns. He's not afraid to engage at all. He is Croatian, for those Crow Cop fans out there. I picked him, and I bet on him when he was plus 121. So I'm on Ante Delija here. I'm happy to do it, and I think we're good, although I am a Waldo fan. If he danced around for 15 minutes, it wouldn't be shocking. I actually have 2 different bets on this fight, but Ante Delija moneyline plus 121 is the shining star there. What do you think, Jacob?
Good value on the bet, but disagree with it. I've had my ups and downs with Waldo in the past. I had the same frustrations that everyone else has. The dancing around, the lack of urgency in fights, the willingness to just kind of wait. And I called that early. Even with the calf kicks, like, oh, you're fucking getting your calf kicked, and instead of doing something about it, you're like just sitting there salsa dancing. And he said something. What did he say? I'm gonna salsa dance on your grave or something. I don't know. I don't know what he said, but he had a little Twitter spat back in the day with Waldo. But honestly, this is a really good fight for a guy like Waldo who wants to wait, sit back, and wait for those counter shots with the right hand, with the left hook, with the footwork, with the speed, because he will wait. He will wait. And when he's up against these guys that also are kind of hesitant and waiting, it is kind of a tit for tat, and it's close fights, and he can lose that, like the Sergey fight, back up a little bit too much and no sense of urgency. This guy, Ante, isn't a sit and wait type of dude. This guy is a guy that's going to rush in, that's going to get in your face, that's going to throw those typical heavyweight, just kind of type of things. And to me, if you give a fighter like that to a counter strike with a nice right hand and speed of a Waldo, that seems like a good matchup for Waldo. This guy's going to be rushing in while he's just sitting there waiting to snipe him with the right hand. I like Waldo in this fight. I guarantee, I haven't bet him yet. I'm going to the fight. So when I get on to Vegas, I'm probably going to put a little bit of something, a couple $100 on Waldo and just see what happens. Because if there's a good fight for Waldo, I respect the toughness of Ante. I respect the hand speed, really fast hands. He's not like a typical like lumbering heavyweight. He's like pop, pop, pop. But I think it's a good matchup for Waldo. If Ante gets through it, like gets through that right hand and crushes them and lands the big shots, I'm not going to be crazy surprised, but It just feels like a pretty good matchup for Waldo. The counter striker versus the guy that just kind of rushes in a little bit wild. I'm going to take Waldo in that.
Yeah, I'm just curious with what it'll look like if Ante starts shooting takedowns, because nobody's really tried to take Waldo down. And Ante, if you go watch his PFL fights, has good takedowns.
Robles down.
Yeah, Waldo did. Yeah, but I'm saying we haven't.
Yeah, but so at least you've seen he's comfortable.
Yeah, he can grapple. Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I've been high on. I thought he was going to beat Pavlovic.
This is surprising because I'm usually anti-Waldo and you're very pro-Waldo, and then here we are. You're betting against him, and
well, I did place this bet before the Tom Aspinall fight, so I was like, well, they're training together. Tom's the best heavyweight in the world right now. This is only good, and then circumstances arose.
He made Tom look like shit.
Uh-oh. So we'll see. Yeah, he did, dude. Because Tom's like, I'll never, if he gets to a title shot, I'm just going to relinquish the belt. Let him have it.
I think this is, I know a lot of people are looking at like the over 1.5 and this guy by decision, this
2.5, unfortunately. If it was 1.5,
well, I mean, you can still play 1.5 on like DraftKings and stuff like that.
Sure.
And some people might try to jump on it minus 200, minus whatever, and just try to feel good about it. But it feels like, and I mentioned on Twitter that Ante might be the guy to bring the brawl out of Waldo, because he will occasionally like pop, 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 throw like a 3-punch combination, then he'll kind of dip out. But if Ante stays on him, he might force Waldo to brawl, and in that situation, I feel like somebody's going to sleep. Waldo could throw that shit. He doesn't. He kind of picks his spots and stuff, but if he gets in the pot, he can throw that shit too.
Dude, he's just big and athletic. Like, it's surprising how big he is. He made Ryan Spann look small and stupid. Like, he's a big dude. I'm high on Waldo, but it just feels like if I'm looking at these two guys objectively and I'm just removing the natural abilities, Ante Delija is the better MMA fighter, the more accomplished MMA fighter. And Waldo's not exactly young. It's not like he's 29. He's 34.
Andre Arlovsky got beat up and bully beat down.
What? Really? I got to go back and watch that. Like by a regular dude.
Like he was
Andre Arlovsky.
I remember a couple of those fights being like, "Oh shit!" Like, it's like this is a fucking competitive fight. I remember that show. That's hilarious if that's true.
That is funny. I should try to find that on YouTube. I used to love Bully Beatdown because I was a big fan of what the hell was his name before he went crazy? What the hell was his name before he went crazy?
Mm-hmm.
The host.
Puck?
Jason Mayhem Miller before he went
Puck?
absolutely crazy.
Man, remember how real that Real World, that was Real World Hawaii, right?
Yeah, he was like a straight up. No, that chick was.
It was the chick. Yeah, that was like when you talk about Real World. That was like that one of the
intervention?
That was like one of the realest fucking, because she was just wasted. It was like
she died.
Well, not on the show, but
from alcoholism in real life.
But I mean, like it was literally like that was the fucking real world. Like everyone's concerned, and I mean,
it was
crazy.
Like,
and Puck was the fucking man.
I do remember. That's where Theo Vaughn came from, isn't it?
Road Rules. He was Road Rules.
Oh, he was Road Rules. Oh, that's where Tecumseh came from. Tech. And he was
Tech. Yeah, that's what I meant. Tech, not
not Puck.
Yeah,
Puck is somebody else.
Yeah, Puck. It was like when he raced it. I think that was like the guy that was spitting on
You're like, I love.
Yeah, I think that was the fucking that was the guy that was like spitting on people and stuff like that, like the fucking white trash dude. Yeah, Tech was the guy. Yeah, because he ended up being a VJ for MTV and stuff, right?
And he was in Van Wilder. He tried to make a career for himself, and it almost I don't know what happened after Van Wilder because he was pretty good, but then that was it.
Yeah, not Puck. Sorry.
I do miss those back. You know what I stopped watching that I hate myself for is The Challenge. That used to be my favorite show. The problem is they made every episode 90 minutes. And it's like, all right, now we're strict.
It used to be cool because it was a road rule versus real world challenge. And it was still more about like the housing aspect more than competition.
Yeah, now it's all about the challenges.
Yeah, now it's just all competition stuff. It's just so redundant.
Yeah, it's like, and it's like 40 minutes of a 90 episode. Yeah, I think her name was Jules, the girl. Oh, well.